What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on Baton Ruse by Paul Carnazzo at Century Magic. What is Baton Ruse? This is a color divination effect. So I'll kind of go over what you get first before I really go into what it is. But really, what it is your color divination, right? There's different styles of this on the market. This one is different than any other one I've seen or come across before. And to Paul's knowledge as well, he did some research, and this was the first time this was a first that he could see as far as method goes. Basically, what this is you have a opaque tube here. And there's no way of seeing inside this, through this, or any other aspect. We'll kind of get to this more in a little bit. And then you have 6 different colored rods. So your participant, I guess I'll just kind of show these. There we go. Your participant will select a rod while your back is turned. They will place the rod into the tube, close it up. You'll simply take it back, show that there's no way that anybody could see through this, and there really isn't, right? In doing this, you are not getting any kind of peek or anything like that. Like, there's nothing to see, right? But after that, you're going to be able to tell them immediately what color they placed in this. So what do you get? You're going to get the tube. You will get 6 different colored rods. Right, now they are pointy on one side. There's another reason for that, and that's to help you out. Basically, if your participant puts it in the wrong way, it's not going to close all the way, right? This is important because you need the orientation to be correct. So it's simple, right? Simple instructions. So that's what you get. You get the different colored rods, the tube, this little drawstring carry bag to hold everything in. This is the packaging. And then inside you have your tutorial download card. There is an additional something that you get, okay? That's the gimmick, and I'm not going to tell you what that is. I'm not going to show you it. I'm not going to say really anything about it because that's not for me to do. I will say, though, it is clever, and it makes this not only easy to do, but it leaves you clean before and after. It leaves everything 100% examinable. Now, what's the quality? So the quality is really good. I think these are 3D printed. Actually, I know they are. Once you understand how this works, you kind of get a better appreciation for the quality of this, right? Because it is really well made to begin with, but there's more to it than just what you're seeing here. And even though I can't say anything about that, if it weren't for the good quality, this wouldn't be as good. And I mean, that's the case with anything, but the fact that your participant handles this the entire time, that it can be completely examined 100%, they will never, ever find anything that kind of tips off the method or the secret. So, the quality is really good. The tutorial and difficulty level, I'll kind of cover those in the same breath here, but the tutorial is about, I don't remember. I watched it right away. I think it's like 7 minutes long or something like that. Very, very easy to understand. Paul, I should stop playing with these. The sound's probably not the nicest while I'm talking. Paul goes over a little bit of the history, how to do this, and then the secret behind it, right? And like I said, that secret is very clever. So yeah, once you know how to do this, you're gonna be good to go. You just want to practice it a couple times to you'll want to practice it a few times to get used to it. I was going to use another term there, but I'm not, because that might tip some of the method. Anyway, you want to practice this a bit on yourself just to get accustomed to it. But then it's super easy, right? So I know there's different color divination effects, and same with like when you think of, the little plastic box that you put the colored dye in, and that involves a peak. There's no peak with this. That's what's really neat about this, is they could try to inspect this to figure out how you're seeing it, and they will never come up with a solution because you're not seeing it. There is no peak. So yeah, and the difficulty level, once you kind of get a feel for this, it's really, really easy to do. Angles, there are no angle restrictions because there is no peak. You're not seeing anything, neither are they. Setup and reset, instant reset, 0 setup. No, there's no setup. No arts and crafts. Can this be inspected? So that's what I love about this, is they can inspect this before they do anything. They can inspect this after it's done. They can examine this for the next 24 hours and they'll never find anything. Pocket space, and is it a worker? So you can hold everything in here, or you can throw it in your pocket. Basically, you can throw one in there, the other 5 or all of them can just go in your pocket. It doesn't take up much space, right? I guess in total, that's your pocket space right there, right? So they're about 4.5, 5 inches long, and about the width of a pencil. So, you can throw all these in your pocket. Is it a worker? Yeah. I think, this is a mentalism piece, right? So if you're doing mentalism, or if you're doing if you do magic and mentalism, this is great. You can do this close up, you can do this table hopping, you can do this strolling. Really, there is no limitation on where this would work. So I kind of already covered who would use this. Obviously mentalists, but there's no stopping a magician from using this either, right? If you want to combine magic and mentalism. So anybody can use this. So what's the price, and is it worth your money? So this is $65. Now, at first you might be thinking, that's not worth $65. It's just 6 plastic rods in a plastic tube, right? But that's not the case. There's more to it, right? So the design, everything was done in the way that it was done for a reason, right? Down to, or from the shape and design, all of that was done for a reason. And like I said, it's more than just 6 colored rods. There are secrets to it. There's also a gimmick that I'm not going to show you. So it's more than just a plastic tube and 6 plastic rods, right? Other versions of this on the market are not as clean, not as deceptive. You may not want to hand them out for examination, where none of that's the case. This can be handed out, examined, and you're always going to be completely safe. And angles, right? There's no angle restrictions, whereas anything else where there's a peak, you got to watch, right? Who's around you, or, there might be moves involved or things like that. So you don't have to worry about that with this. I also know that when it comes to 3D printing, that takes a lot of a person's time. It also takes time to come up with the design and make all of that work within the software. The printing stage takes a long time, and materials aren't the cheapest either, especially when you have a number of different colors. So I think that everything is reflected in the price, and then the tutorial is good, right? It's very easy to do, easy to understand. So is it worth the price? I think if this is something that you're going to use and do, it is. But because it is a bit pricier than other color divination effects, if this is something that you just, something that you have to fool around with or show your friends or family members, maybe you're not going to go for this. Maybe you're going to opt out and go for a cheaper version, right? But I think if you're a professional or a working magician or you perform a lot, then this is definitely worth the price. So with that, I think that covers everything that I can say about this. So thank you, Paul, for sending this out to me. I love Paul's work. I've reviewed quite a bit of his stuff and never disappoints. So with that, thank you, and we'll see you at the next review.